Welcome to Focus Garage. Ander is here with Mike. Today we're gonna look at the GTI versus the Focus ST.
We've had a lot of requests for this video because GTI's got some mods, the Focus has a lot of mods, and they're very different cars as far as, you know, this car's a DSG, it's got, you know, the dual clutch, and his is a manual, so
it's the real man style.
The real man style right there. So we're gonna see kind of how these stack up. You may notice right now, if you're keen on your interiors, we got Ander in the driver's seat of the GTI, so he's gonna take this for a spin. I'm gonna take his Focus for a spin, and then we're gonna line them up and see how they compare.
Yep, I've driven a MK7 GTI before, but never a modified version. So this, tell them what you have done to the car.
So without being that guy and, you know, describing mods and tunes, this car's got a ECU tune and a DSG, a TCU trans tune. It's running a downpipe and a just an aftermarket filter with a snow guard removed. So in the GTI world, they would call that stage 2. I haven't done plugs yet, actually. I've got the stock spark plugs, but I am going to switch those out very soon. We'll have that in a video. But stock intercooler, stock catback, and then but it's just pretty much tune. And then you've got...
sounds pretty good.
Makes some noises there. So we're going to take it for a little drive here, see what Ander thinks about it, kind of a torque steer, wheel spin, everything like that. And we're just going to keep the camera rolling.
Yeah, let's put it in D and take off. So I'll tell you right away, the feeling of the interior is so much better than the Focus ST. Like, and also the turn angle is so much better than the Focus ST.
Which is funny because this car still doesn't have the best turning radius in the world, but that Focus one, man, oh, it's like a pickup truck. Yeah. It literally is, I think.
Worse than a pickup truck, I mean. But the other, like the soft touch material and carbon fiber kind of accent all over, it's just so much better. But we are comparing what year was this?
2016. It's only a year newer.
And 2015, so it's quite a bit of difference.
Sticker price too, though. So like when you compare the cars new to new, I think yours Focus had like what, a $31,000 sticker?
I think so, yeah.
31 and some change, maybe 30 and some change.
Can you imagine paying 31?
You ready for what this stickered for?
36.
Yeah, the person who bought this leased it. The sticker price on this car was $36,200. Wow. So when this car was new, it was actually more expensive than a base Golf R. Wow.
But is this the fully loaded version?
This is everything except for adaptive suspension.
Okay. You don't really want to adaptive suspension.
No, because especially if you want to do coils and all that.
The other thing is that people might go really against it, but like when you do something, you know, like compared to the Z06, Corvette Z06 versus like Ferrari or like every other car that has adaptive suspension, and you bring it to a economy car, you cut costs so much that it's just like it's not even.
It's not good at anything. It's one of those things where like it's not adaptive enough to be comfortable, but it's also not adaptive enough to be sporty. You're kind of stuck with a suspension that you can change it, but it's not good at anything.
No.
So like, and I'll say this too, maybe you'll notice it from driving.
Let's do a little pull.
Give it a little rip ski.
Oh, traction control was on.
Woo!
I'll tell you, it's a very linear pull. We did have the traction control on, unfortunately. It
cut you in the beginning.
It cut a little bit, but I mean, it was a linear pull. It was pulling all the way to the red line, and I love the burble, like the DSG farts.
So that's the other thing too. You know, you do have the ability with these to kind of have your adjustability of crackles or not. So let me tap this down for you. Yeah. So now you're in sport mode for the trans. So let off the throttle. Oh, you're shifting?
Yeah.
So you let off, it'll crackle for you too.
That's pretty good. Can we turn off the traction control?
Yeah, I got you.
It's... I'm just a little kid.
You can have full control over the gears without the pops as well if you keep the trans in normal mode.
Let's see how
the cornering is. Give it a little hug.
It's definitely a different. Sorry, I just spit.
You're good.
Definitely a different suspension setup than the Focus ST. It's so much more like comfort in mind than sportiness. Because Focus ST, when you're in it, you're gonna remember it.
Oh yeah. And you're focused on stock suspension right now, right?
No, it's on coils.
Oh, you're back on the coils. Okay.
It's a nice car to be in, to be honest. Like,
and that's kind of what appeals to me about this car is that you can drive like a normal person, but you can also put it in the sportier modes and
like,
rip on it.
Like,
so you're in sport now. Tap it down one more time. You'll be in regular drive.
There you go.
And now it'll drive, like normal. Shift early. Not crackle, not pop, nothing like that. But the biggest thing that I love about this car, it's the perfect balance, and this is why I haven't changed the suspension yet, of sporty but comfortable. Both of the STs I own, when those cars are stock, they almost feel like pogo sticks.
Oh, they're
so bouncy. And I get it, they're trying to be sporty, but you compromise so much daily drivability with that.
I agree with it. And a lot of people, when they switch to coilovers, even though when you did it too,
made a huge improvement, but it's still...
it was a lot more comfier than actually the regular Focus SC suspension. Like
even with coils set pretty low on the Focus, it's still better than stock. It's crazy.
Like when you're in the car, mine is set to halfway, so it's not
not full stiff, not full,
So it's like a little bit comfier than the regular Focus SC. I would tell you, like when I'm driving on a normal road, if it catches the wave of the road, we'll just like doing this, like
Oh, you'll pogo around.
Yeah. This is like, I mean, I have driven it before, but with the tune, it's alive. It's a lot more alive than when it was stock.
Oh, it's crazy, the throttle response and the way it holds boost to redline versus the way the car is stock.
You can't really tell the boost, right?
Because it's so linear. You can see it, but it's not like real the way it'll show it.
Oh, I see.
We can go in here and see, but it's going to say... I think it's this minus like atmospheric pressure.
So it should give you the...
Like there's no way you're making 14 pounds right there. I forget. There's a formula you can use to see what that's actually boosting. I think it's that plus atmospheric pressure. So
you gotta remove atmospheric pressure.
That's what I'm saying.
From it,
yeah.
So I'll turn around a little bit, and then we'll go back, and you can hop in the Focus SC and remind yourself how good of a car that is.
Let's check it out.
We're rolling.
All right, so we switched seats here, and we also switched cars. We are in Anders' big turbo Focus ST now, and we're gonna see what I think. One.
Come on, go.
Is that a little fireball?
Alright.
You guys are gonna have that Accord. I bet he tries to pass the car.
60?
Ready?
Rolling. Alright. Not even close. So, there you go. You guys saw it. What do you think?
Were you guys expecting the Focus ST beat the GTI, even though it had it's a heavier stick shift and
80,000 miles.
83,000 miles? To be honest, I was expecting to blow up at one point.
So before we decided to do these runs, it kind of held true to what I was thinking. So I thought for sure that it was going to be close at the lower speeds, and then he'd pull away up top. What I didn't expect for him to pull away as much as he did the faster we got. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see in the videos, we'll kind of explain. It was, I would even say I had a little bit of a jump on you when we did a lower pull to about 80. And then once we hit around 80 or so, his car would reel me in and keep going.
Yeah, that's when the turbo spools up.
Yep. Yeah, once from the fourth gear.
Yep.
Yeah. So once he
I was actually third.
Third. Yeah. So once he'd get in third and around 4,000 RPMs and the turbo would get going, then he'd really start to reel me in. My car has to jump, because of the DSG and the smaller turbo. But so we did some rolls from anywhere from 20 to 60 miles an hour where you're doing rolls, and it was the same case every time. I'd usually get the jump and have the lead till about 80 or so, and then he'd reel me in and he'd keep going. We're going to put the failed drag race up here for you, just because it's funny, but that's when Anders Clutch decided didn't want to clutch anymore.
So yeah, like this.
You want to call it? 3, 2, 1.
This car has 83 some change thousand miles on it. Still
Factory
the stock,
clutch
yeah,
through all
stock
this.
clutch, and when it gets really hot, it just stops working. And
The drag race was at the end of everything.
yeah, and like first gear, it was slipping. Second gear, like the entire gear, it was just slipping.
Nope.
It was still accelerating a little bit, but it wasn't as much as I thought it would. So that maybe will come back if I put a new clutch in it and
Do that
he
again.
still has the car, but probably not.
But we know the results, you know.
I would,
So
Mike probably replace his car before I put a new clutch in it.
it's likely.